We refuse, we will not allow schools to suffer for your reckless negligence.
I don't believe that you believe that security cameras are the best deterrent to criminal activity in schools.
We limit the opportunities for criminal activity to occur.
Promises to be a compelling and insightful exchange of ideas, as both teams will present well-researched arguments on this topic. The moot, the introduction of security cameras in schools is the best deterrent for criminal activity in schools. I'll repeat, the introduction of security cameras in schools is the best deterrent for criminal activity in schools. Both teams are ready to engage in a battle of reasoning, evidence, and persuasive rhetoric as they argue for and against this moot. Competing this evening are two distinguished rival teams, the Antigua Grammar School and the St. Joseph's Academy. This evening, the Antigua Grammar School will propose the moot, while the St. Joseph's Academy will oppose the motion. Let us meet the teams, and we begin with the proposition, the Antigua Grammar School.
My name is Emari John, first speaker of the Antigua Grammar School.
Good afternoon. My name is Todd Spencer, the second speaker of the Antigua Grammar School.
Good afternoon. My name is Anton Chichester, first alternate speaker of the Antigua Grammar School.
Good afternoon. My name is Sian Moore, the second alternate speaker for the Antigua Grammar School.
Please welcome our team from the Antigua Grammar School. And now, the opposing team, the St. Joseph's Academy.
Good afternoon all, my name is Drew Estate and I am the first speaker from St. Joseph's Academy.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nicholas McCummon, and I'm the second speaker of the St. Joseph's Academy.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Giovanni Quinn, and I'm the first alternate speaker from St. Joseph's Academy.
Good afternoon, all. I am Chad Samuel from St. Joseph's Academy, and I am the second standby speaker.
Please welcome the team from St. Joseph's Academy. To evaluate tonight's debate, we are honored to have a panel of distinguished judges who will assess the team's performance based on their content, delivery, rebuttals, and teamwork. Our judges for this evening are Ms. Sharon Herbert, Social Sector Planner within the Ministry of Social Transformation. Mr. Jamil Lee, Program Coordinator, UNICEF, Antigua and Barbuda. And Mrs. Asata Roberts, Deputy Head of Campus, Abbott. I just wish to remind you, our listening and viewing audience, and our studio audience as well, that our judge's decision is final. For clarity, I just also want to remind you of the format for tonight's debate. Each team, as you've already noticed, has two speakers. The first speaker from each team will have 5 minutes to present their arguments, while the second speaker will have 3 minutes. A bell will sound once at the 4-minute mark and twice when the 5 minutes would have expired for the first speakers. For the second speakers, the bell will sound once at 2 minutes and twice when the 3 minutes are over. Rebuttal speakers will follow the same 3-minute time structure. Our official timekeeper for this evening is Miss Aisha Lynch. Without further delay, let us begin this evening's encounter. But before we do so, we pause to hear a word from our sponsor, Caribbean Union Bank. And when we come back, the debate will begin. Please stay with us.
Driven by you, we're better every day. Driven by you, together a brighter way. Every day at Caribbean Union Bank, we are committed to creating the kinds of products and services that you want and need. We are not just a bank. We are your partner on your journey to financial freedom and success because we are driven by you. Driven by you, we're better every day. Driven by you, together a brighter way.
Welcome back to this, our second and counting round one of the Caribbean Union Bank Inter-Secondary School Debate Series. This evening, we have two rival teams who will be debating the motion, the introduction of security cameras in schools is the best deterrent for criminal activity in schools. Proposing this motion this evening is the Antigua Grammar School, while St. Joseph's Academy will oppose this motion. We begin this evening's encounter with the first speaker from the Antigua Grammar School. Please welcome to the podium, Mr. Imari John.
Good evening, Madam Moderator, esteemed judges, listening and viewing audiences, and of course, my most worthy opponents. I stand before you today to propose the moot. The introduction of security cameras in schools is the best deterrent for criminal activities in schools. Before we begin, let me take a brief moment to define the key terms in the moot. A security camera, by common understanding, is a device used for surveillance and monitoring. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a deterrent is something that discourages or is intended to discourage someone from taking a particular action. A school, as also defined by the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is an institution for educating children, a place of learning. Additionally, the Oxford English Dictionary defines criminal as a person or activity engaged in illegal actions. Now, take a moment to visualize a school where bullies roam free, where thieves slip away unnoticed, and where violence is just another part of the school day. Doesn't this terrify you? Knowing that at any moment a student could be harassed, a teacher's belongings could be stolen, or a fight could break out with no evidence, no accountability, no justice? Now, imagine a school where security cameras stand as silent guards, discouraging wrongdoings before they even begin. A place where bullies think twice, thieves are caught in the act, and every member of the school community feels protected. The Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency Model Safe School Program in 2017 has conclusively demonstrated that security cameras not only expedite investigations, but also ensures their accuracy, allowing for justice to be served swiftly and impartially. Without such surveillance, schools are left to rely on conflicting testimonies and hearsay, which creates a breeding ground for injustice. Innocent students are unjustly punished, while the true offenders slip through the cracks unaccountable for their actions. Are we really comfortable with that? The opposition might be, but we're not. The presence of security cameras also helps to prevent fraudulent behavior like the defacing of school property, along with student-involved violence. According to the Caribbean Development Bank Safe School Program in 2017, schools equipped with CCTV witnessed a significant decline in vandalism, violence, and bullying. The University of the West Indies study in 2018 further corroborated this finding, reporting a 30% reduction in violence in schools with surveillance systems in place. Cameras don't merely capture criminal acts, they deter them from occurring in the first place. As the Caribbean Development Bank Safe School Program in 2017 affirms, schools with security measures saw fewer incidents of student misconduct, an undeniable proof of their effectiveness. In Antigua and Barbuda, the use of security cameras in schools has proven to be a significant factor in improving safety and discipline. A benefactor recently donated a surveillance camera system to address security concerns in schools, with Prime Minister Gaston Brown emphasizing that these cameras not only reduce crime, but also deter violent behavior among students. Additionally, the Princess Margaret School conducted a successful pilot test of a digital perimeter security system, which led to the Minister of Technology, Honorable Melford Nicholas, announcing plans to expand these security measures across government secondary schools. This success further demonstrated the effectiveness of surveillance in ensuring safety. The Ministry of Education, despite previous setbacks, continues to prioritize the implementation of CCTV systems in schools, reaffirming its commitment to bolstering security and providing a safer learning environment. Security cameras equipped with 24/7 surveillance help to ensure that students refrain from engaging in disruptive activities such as cheating during exams or misusing the internet for personal gain in class. When students are aware that their actions are being observed, they are far less likely to succumb to the temptation of taking the easy way out. Take, for instance, the case of the St. Joseph's Academy, where the very principal known to the opposition has acknowledged the reduction in disciplinary issues following the installation of security cameras. It's ironic, isn't it? Someone they presumably trust has seen the tangible benefits of surveillance. If such a positive and verifiable change can be achieved at the St. Joseph's Academy, then why should we deny other schools the opportunity to benefit from the same progress? In closing, the opposition's refusal to embrace security cameras in schools isn't just misguided. It's a direct disservice to the safety and well-being of students and staff. We stand for accountability, protection, and a safer learning environment. The evidence is irrefutable. Security cameras are proven to deter crime, reduce violence, and ensure swift justice. The opposition may choose to bury their heads in the sand, but in doing so, they are condemning our schools to remain unsafe and vulnerable. The choice is clear, and their failure to see it is unforgivable.
Thank you. That was Imari John, first speaker from the Antigua Grammar School, and he presented his argument in a time of 5 minutes and 30 seconds. We now move to the first speaker from the opposing team, the St. Joseph's Academy. Please welcome Ruiz Teet.
Worthy opponents, esteemed judges, Madam Moderator, viewing and listening audiences, a pleasant good afternoon. My colleague and I stand before you today to confidently oppose the moot. The introduction of security cameras in schools is the best deterrent to criminal activity in schools. However, before we begin, allow me to outline the terms which govern today's debate. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines security camera as a camera installed to observe and record activity or detect crime or monitor security. Best is defined by the Collins English Dictionary as something of the highest quality or standard. Finally, Merriam-Webster Dictionary describes a deterrent as something that discourages, prevents, or inhibits action. I will address the passive nature of cameras, their failures and vulnerabilities, and the opportunities for crime they leave open. My colleague will focus on alternative deterrents. With those points outlined, let us examine why security cameras simply cannot be considered the best deterrents. First, consider their passive nature. Security cameras document events but provide little to no prevention in real time. They operate reactively, not proactively. For example, if a student is bullied or assaulted, the camera merely records the incident. It does not intervene. Unlike a human presence, such as a guard, teacher, or counselor, cameras cannot take immediate action. To illustrate this, I recall an incident at my school a few months ago. A faculty member was attacked directly in front of a security system. The footage was clear, and authorities quickly identified the suspect. While this may appear to be a success, it raises a critical question. Why did the attack occur despite the camera's presence? The suspect was neither discouraged nor deterred by being recorded. This highlights a significant flaw. Cameras cannot be the best deterrents. They depend on hindsight, documenting what has already happened rather than preventing it. This reactive nature invalidates their role as the best deterrents. Now, let us consider another issue: the failures and vulnerabilities of security cameras. Like all technology, cameras are not foolproof. They rely on electricity and software, making them susceptible to power outages or technical glitches. Cameras can also be physically damaged or disabled. A simple act such as covering the lens or tampering with wiring can render them useless and leave entire areas unmonitored. This creates a dangerous illusion of security. Schools may believe they are under constant surveillance, but in reality, students intent on wrongdoing can exploit these weaknesses. Criminal activities could go undetected, leaving staff and administrators unable to respond. Furthermore, real-world evidence demonstrates these failures. An article published on May 3, 2023 by Antigua Newsroom highlights how break-ins at both public and private schools in Antigua and Barbuda continue to rise despite the government implementing CCTV security systems. The article notes that some critics argue that unless cameras are actively monitored 24/7, their installation does little to prevent crimes from occurring in the first place. This underscores a key limitation. Cameras alone are insufficient in deterring or stopping cameras in real time. Even when functioning correctly, security cameras face another critical limitation: blind spots. No camera system can cover every inch of a school. Imagine being a criminal who knows where the cameras are. Would you commit a crime in those areas? Of course not. Cameras are static, covering only specific areas. Humans, on the other hand, are dynamic and can adapt in real time. Finally, consider how easy it is to bypass cameras. A simple mask can completely obscure a person's identity, allowing them to act with confidence. This further undermines the effectiveness of security cameras as the best deterrent. In conclusion, security cameras are in no way proactive, they are reactive. They fail as deterrents and can in no way be considered the best when compared to alternative options. I think.
Come on now, we can do much better than that. That was Ruiz Teeth from the St. Joseph's Academy presenting his argument in a time of 5 minutes. We have heard from the first speakers, and we are now ready to hear the second speakers. And we begin with the second speaker from the Antigua Grammar School. Please welcome Mr. Taj Spencer.
Good afternoon, Madam Moderator, esteemed judges, and distinguished members of the audiences, both present and tuning in to the various media channels. I wholeheartedly endorse the protocols previously established by my esteemed colleague and stand resolutely in affirming that security cameras are the paramount deterrent against criminal activities within educational institutions. The implementation of security cameras significantly bolsters not only the internal safety of schools, but the trust and confidence of the wider community. Parents, educators, and students are reassured that the institution is proactively working to protect their interests and safeguard their well-being, cultivating a safer environment for learning. According to the National Center of Educational Statistics 2019, approximately 86% of students aged 12 to 18 reported that the presence of security cameras in their school contributed to a heightened sense of safety. This reassurance leads to an increased student attendance and engagement as students are less preoccupied with concerns of bullying, theft, and violence. Furthermore, a secure school environment fosters a strong sense of community, wherein parents trust their children are being protected and teachers can focus on their pedagogical responsibilities as educators rather than assuming roles as security guards. When a crime occurs, videos don't lie. A security camera is the only unbiased witness, ensuring perpetrators of theft, vandalism, and bullying face justice. A perfect example, consider the incident at the Clear Hall Secondary School, where a student illicitly brought a weapon on campus, allegedly belonging to his own brother. Some students were too scared to speak, while others didn't want to snitch on their friends. But cameras never hesitated and provided unequivocal evidence. They see the truth, protect victims, and ensure that danger is dealt with before it escalates. With the integration of security cameras within classrooms, we can ensure that everything that happens in the dark comes to light. Moreover, the presence of security cameras also serves as a powerful deterrent for staff misconduct. Too often, we hear of teachers abusing their power, bullying students, or engaging in inappropriate behavior. Data from the National Center of Education Statistics indicates that the 2015-2016 school year, 81% of public schools utilized security cameras, contributing to a decline in reports of teacher misconduct. This is not just about protecting students from each other, it's about ensuring that every individual in the community, including staff, is held accountable for their actions. Educational institutions should serve as sanctuaries for learning, not arenas of conflict. Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency's Model Safe School Program 2018 affirmed that schools equipped with surveillance systems experience expedited emergency response times, effectively managing intrusions, violent threats, and medical crises before they could escalate into disaster. To argue against security cameras is to dismiss their undeniable role in crime prevention. Schools should not have to wait for tragedy before taking action. Security cameras are not just the best deterrent against crime in schools, they are an investment for safety, integrity, and the future of every single student. Madam Moderator, this case is clear. Security cameras are not merely an option, they are a necessity. Security cameras work, and no amount of weak arguments will change that.
Thank you, Mr. Spencer from the Antigua Grammar School, and he made his argument in a time of 3 minutes and 25 seconds. We will now hear from the final speaker in this segment, the prepared presentation, and it will be the second speaker from the St. Joseph's Academy. Please welcome Mr. Nicholas McCalmont.
Honorable judges, esteemed opponents, Madam Moderator, and our respected audience. While my colleague has already outlined the flaws in relying on security cameras as a solution for crime in schools, I strive to support our stance by providing better alternative deterrents. Rather than relying on security cameras, we should focus on more effective, proactive measures such as school security guards, controlled access points, and increased staff presence. These solutions are far more human-centered and provide a more holistic approach when addressing crimes in schools. Crime prevention begins in the home. Children who are raised with values such as respect, responsibility, empathy are less likely to engage in criminal behavior. Children who understand right from wrong and the consequences of their actions are less likely to engage in violence. While cameras may attempt to deter crime, they cannot address the root cause, the lack of morals and values to such actions. One of the most effective physical deterrents is the presence of school security guards. These trained professionals not only patrol grounds, but they also respond to incidents and build relationships with students. Their visible presence not only discourages criminal activity, but also helps maintain a secure environment. Regular security patrols by either school staff or external personnel ensure that there is a constant oversight. They are actively engaging with students so that they can intervene quickly to de-escalate situations which before they become violent. The visible presence of these security personnel reinforce the idea that criminal behavior will not be tolerated and make a safer environment for everyone. In addition, controlled access points, which are monitored exits and entrances, prevent unauthorized individuals from entering the school. by ensuring that only authorized personnel and students have access to the school premises, we limit the opportunities for criminal activity to occur. These physical deterrents, when combined with security guards, prevent any criminal activity from occurring and build a strong foundation for defense that is more reliable than cameras alone. Unlike cameras, which can only capture events after they happen, staff members are able to prevent crimes in real time. Their presence makes students feel supported and creates a culture of trust, encouraging students to report concerns early. Instead of relying on security cameras, we should focus on more proactive measures. These measures focus on prevention and engagement rather than passive surveillance, making them far more effective deterrents than security cameras alone. I thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas. That was Nicholas McCalman from the St. Joseph's Academy, presenting his argument in a time of 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Please, let us give both our teams a round of applause for their efforts this evening on the public speaking. The rebuttal segment is up next. We will now pause to hear a word from our sponsor, Caribbean Union Bank, and when we come back, you will hear from our rebuttal speakers. Please stay with us.
Driven by you, we're better every day. Driven by you, together a brighter way. Caribbean Union Bank, you matter to us. Caribbean Union Bank, our people, our purpose. Every day at Caribbean Union Bank, we are committed to creating the kinds of products and services that you want and need. We are not just a bank. We are your partner on your journey to financial freedom and success. Because we are driven by you. Driven by you, we're better every day. Driven by you, together a brighter way.
Let's begin our rebuttal. And we begin with the rebuttal speaker from St. Joseph's Academy. Please welcome Mr. Ruiz Tito.
Good afternoon once again, everyone. I'd like to cut to the chase. You mentioned justice and evidence, but doesn't this go against your stance? The mood states that the introduction of security cameras in schools is the best deterrent. But doesn't this contradict the mood? You believe the use of security cameras deters criminal activity, yet you still need evidence. Evidence for what? The criminal activity which has already occurred? Additionally, you spoke about a heightened sense of safety. But what about heightened safety? Students believing that they are safer because the cameras are there, and students actually being safer when crimes can still occur. Just saying. You spoke about cheating in classes. I don't remember that cheating in a class was a criminal activity, but I'll leave that one to you. And then you spoke about the prevention of property vandalism. However, I want to ask you, how? Any person who is intent to committing not only vandalism, but any crime for that matter, will do it, point blank. Additionally, as previously stated, a mask could undo any camera's valiant effort and allow criminals to go confidently doing whatever they please. Finally, you spoke about bullying, but as previously stated, cameras simply cannot cover every single inch of a school compound. Criminal activity simply will go on in the blind spots. So, with these points outlined, I believe you've contradicted yourself quite a lot. I don't believe that you believe that security cameras are the best deterrent to criminal activity in schools. But prove me wrong. Thank you.
Please give him another round of applause. from the St. Joseph's Academy, presenting rebuttal arguments on behalf of his team, and he did so in a time of 2 minutes. We will now hear rebuttal arguments being presented on behalf of the grammar school. I now welcome to the lectern Mr. Imari John.
Good evening once again, Madam Moderator, honorable judges, and my worthy opponents. I am baffled by the opposition's blatant disregard for the safety of students and staff. Their arguments crumble under the weight of reality and real-world evidence. Mr. Titt stated that cameras could be tampered with or covered, and all I have to say is only fools would place cameras in the immediate reach of civilians. My opponents also stated that cameras are static. But I have one question. Have you ever heard of motion cameras? Mr. Titt also later stated that all you need to do to bypass a camera is wear a mask. And to shoot down that statement, I would like to shed a light on the very recent incident where a masked assailant was robbed a business place wearing a mask and was swiftly caught just by the tattoo on his hand. Without a camera, how would we have caught this assailant? The second speaker of the opposition stated that cameras only prevent crime after they happen. It seems like my opponents over at SJA need to get with the times. Cameras nowadays send real-time notifications to a linked device as soon as it senses a threat. If my opponent really cares for the safety of their students and staff, they will make the one-time investment in security cameras to assist in the protecting of their students and staff. Oh wait, they did. My opponents would have you believe that security guards are a better deterrent for schools. But what is to happen when the said better deterrent comes in contact with armed intruders? Shoot them? I question my opponent once again. Have you ever seen security guards physically fend off intruders, or have you more often seen them sit behind a desk praying that your own security cameras are enough to scare them away? Security guards nowadays are fat, lazy, and afraid to carry out the tasks that they are paid to do. And who was the other deterrent they mentioned? Counselors? Are we to give our intruders a talking to about the values of life so they run away? My opponent's arguments are not only weak, but they're dangerous. They prioritize criminals over students, problems over solutions, and chaos over common sense. We refuse, we will not allow schools to suffer for your reckless negligence. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. John, Imari John, from the Antigua Grammar School, presenting rebuttal arguments, and he did so in a time of 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, audience, would you agree with me that this evening's debate was a good one? Yes. Please, let's give both teams a resounding round of applause. I don't think your applause, though, would sway the decision of the judges. And the decision now lies in their hands. Who will move forward to round 2? Is it the Antigua Grammar School or the St. Joseph's Academy? Please stay with us, and you will find out after these words from our sponsor, Caribbean Union Bank.
Driven by you, we're better every day. Driven by you, together a brighter way. Caribbean Union Bank, you matter to us. Caribbean Union Bank, our people, our purpose. Every day at Caribbean Union Bank, we are committed to creating the kinds of products and services that you want and need. We are not just a bank. We are your partner on your journey to financial freedom and success, because we are driven by you. Driven by you, we're better every day. Driven by you, together
our second encounter in round 1 of the Caribbean Union Bank Intersecondary School Debate Series. We have reached tonight's conclusion of this engaging debate, and it is one which saw the Antigua Grammar School coming up against the St. Joseph's Academy, debating the moot, the introduction of security cameras in schools is the best deterrent for criminal activity in schools. It is now time for a judge's decision. I now invite Mr. Jamil Lee to present the judge's report and to announce this evening's winner. Please welcome him.
All right, good evening, everyone. I think we can conclude that we experienced a very riveting debate. I'm almost tempted to call it the clash of the titans. So please give both teams a round of applause for the exceptional performance. On the positive end, I would say, along with my colleagues I have not consulted, that the debate this evening was very engaging, very interesting. Both sides brought sound arguments and the presentations were well delivered. We also want to make highest commendations to both sides for the rebuttals. I think in all of my years of judging debates, tonight's encounter saw the best that we've ever experienced. Now it could be, and we may want to take some credit for the training that we've given to you and how superbly you have implemented it, or maybe both of you are just, excellent speakers, so that's where you're going. All right, well, it's your night, shine. But highest commendation, and we're hoping that other teams who are looking on will pattern what was demonstrated this evening. Just a few remarks regarding things that you can improve. Want to encourage both sides and those who are listening, even as you review the key terms, ensure that you tie it back to the moot. Make it very clear why the definitions you have given to us are relevant to the argument that you are making. Be careful in your passion and in your excitement not to run adrift and go off topic a bit. We'll leave it there and run straight then into the scores for this evening. Hold your breath. No, breathe. So, best debaters from both sides. So the judges have concluded this evening that from the proposition, the Antigua Grammar School, the better speaker to be Mr. Emery John. And from the opposition, St. Joseph's Academy, Mr. Ruiz Tit was. And for the better speaker overall for tonight's debate, hailing from the St. Joseph's Academy, Mr. Ruiz Tit. Finally, for the scores of the Titans. From the proposition, the Antigua Grammar School amassed a total of 74 points. The St. Joseph's Academy, the opposition, amassed a total of 79 points. Therefore, conclude the St. Joseph's Academy the winners from this evening's encounter. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Lee, and thank you for making the presentation on behalf of our panel of judges this evening. Please give our a round of applause. And I did promise you this evening when we started that it was going to be a battle of, it was going to be a rivalry, and it surely was. And we can all say, and we can all attest, that we did enjoy this evening's debate. So please, join me again in congratulating both teams. I wish to offer congratulations to the better speaker on the side of the proposition, Imari John, and the better speaker and best overall debater this evening on the side of the opposition, St. Joseph's Academy, Ruiz T. And congratulations to St. Joseph's Academy for advancing to the second round. All right, so we are now at the point where we'll hear from our debaters once more. They'll be giving closing remarks, and we will begin with the Antigua Grammar School. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Taj Spencer.
Good afternoon. I would like to begin by thanking God for giving us this opportunity to all be here, to participate, to watch, and to enjoy this competition. It was great. I would like to thank my competitors for a worthy challenge. It was really fun. I would like to thank my teacher and my teammates for coming here to support. I would like to thank the cameraman, judges, everyone in the studio today, even the audience. Thank you. It was a great competition. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Taj, and I do agree with you that it was indeed a great competition. We will now hear from Ruiz, who will be speaking on behalf of the St. Joseph's Academy. Please welcome him as he comes to give his closing remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm a bit overwhelmed at the moment, so I'd like to, as usual, thank God first. We can't do anything without God. He's the reason everyone is here today, and He's the reason all of you are privileged to watch such an intriguing debate today. I believe it was a great competition. I'd like to thank my opponents. I'd like to thank all my teachers who helped us in the preparation, making the small tweaks, and especially my English B teacher, Miss Pringle, my English A teacher, Miss Brown, and our esteemed principal from the St. Joseph's Academy, Mr. Davis. The judges, Madam Moderator, and my colleague over here, Nicholas McCormick. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruiz, and I want to join my voice in thanking you, our listening and viewing audience, for being with us this evening, and we encourage you to stay with us throughout this 2025 series. Before we close, let us reflect on the value of debating. For debate is the bridge between knowledge and wisdom. It teaches us to question, to reason, and to see the world through multiple perspectives. In every exchange of ideas, we refine our thinking, strengthen our voices, and cultivate the skills to inspire change. Join us next time when the St. Anthony's Secondary School will meet the Sir Chesney George Secondary, debating the moot, juveniles who commit serious crimes should be tried as adults. I have been your moderator, Alicia Knowles. Thank you for being with us. Do enjoy the rest of your evening, and God bless.